It is now my great pleasure to welcome to this stage our guest of honour, the Prime Minister of Australia, the Honourable Ms. Julia Gillard.
Thank you very much. I start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, and in a spirit of reconciliation, paying my respects to elders past and present. Thank you to Mr Newman for his welcome to country. I acknowledge the Leader of the Opposition, my ministerial colleagues, the Honourable Anthony Albanese, Minister for Infrastructure and Transport, and also local member for Right Here. The Honourable Tony Burke, Minister for Sustainability, Environment, Water, Population and Communities. Senator the Honourable Kate Lundy, Minister for Multicultural Affairs. Other federal parliamentary colleagues who have joined us here tonight. The Honourable Prue Goward, New South Wales Minister for Community Services and Women, and her fellow state MPs. Ambassadors and Consuls Generals, distinguished guests, friends, one and all. Can I acknowledge as well two very special people. To Joseph, it's a pleasure to be at your table. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. I am going to look forward to welcoming you in Canberra next year. And in order to make that happen, I've needed over the table to negotiate the election date with Joseph. But I just want to remind, it's a secret, Joseph, so don't tell Tony at any stage of the night. Can I also acknowledge and honour Angela, a part of a powerful partnership. Thank you for all of your efforts too. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Joseph and Angela and for their work and determination that we should all come together on a night like this to honour the role of our ethnic communities and our ethnic business leaders in particular. To Joseph, who arrived from Lebanon 45 years ago with a suitcase of dreams, worked in a factory at night to put himself through university, and is now one of Australia's foremost multicultural business leaders. This is his way of giving back. And for Angela, this is also a labour of love, and we wouldn't be here without her patience and support. So thank you to both of them for everything they do for this nation. Friends, we should never underestimate the boldness of the decision taken by my predecessor, Ben Chifley, to open the doors to mass migration almost 7 decades ago. Yes, we had small ethnic communities, like the Chinese who'd been attracted by the gold rush, and the Italians who came to work in the cane fields in the 1920s. But overwhelmingly, when Ben Chifley took that decision, we were a small, insular, homogeneous community, and then we were asked to embrace profound and lasting change. And yes, it's worked. Immigration has worked, and it's worked because we made it work. We accepted that our nation would never be defined by race or ethnicity like so many other countries. Instead, we would define ourselves by our values and our way of life, our love of freedom and democracy, our egalitarian cast of mind, and our relaxed outdoor lifestyle, our willingness to work hard and to play fair. And we said that anyone who embraced these things could be called an Australian. Your admission ticket was your commitment, the commitment to choose this place from all the world, to serve it and fight for it, and to always call it home. Friends, that's the decision my parents made. That's the decision you and your parents made around so many kitchen tables in Sicily and Saigon, Beirut and Bangalore. All these decisions converged from the 4 points of the earth upon this land, its future and its possibilities. In a sense, this is the story of two journeys, our journey of post-war immigration and our journey of economic modernisation, and how they have intertwined across these extraordinary decades. Australia was a great country before post-war migration, but migrants showed us a way to make it a greater nation still. Ethnic businesses are a big part of the story. Your hard work and self-sacrifice are legendary, from the smallest corner store to the greatest enterprises founded by migrant pioneers like Westfield, to business leaders like Ahmed Fahor at Australia Post. And so many of you have invested time in building links between Australia and the countries from which you've come. Today, the skills and connections of our ethnic businesses are more valuable than ever as the world's centre of economic gravity shifts our way. The transformation, unprecedented in speed and scale, we call the Asian century. On Sunday, I released a plan for our nation's future in this century of change and growth in the region in which we live. A plan for Australia to prosper and thrive in this age of unparalleled change. This is a century when innovators will flourish, a century when Australia will be served well by its creative entrepreneurial culture and its vibrant multicultural society. Our ethnic businesses are custodians of the many capabilities we need to succeed: language skills, people-to-people links, knowledge of how business and government operates in Asian societies, and perhaps, most importantly, helping to develop greater understanding of the diverse cultures of Asia among all Australians. Friends, since the first post-war migrants landed in Sydney in the summer of 1947, we've learned to value diversity as a source of strength for our society. In more recent years, it has also become clear that diversity is a source of strength for our economy as well. So in 2012, we can say with greater confidence than ever, post-war migration began as our nation's greatest experiment, and it has become our nation's greatest success. Because as migrants, we accepted that in a new land, we shouldn't only take, but give as well. And if the road was tougher because of our background, we would try all the harder to succeed. Our parents didn't come here just because they sought jobs or prosperity. They came because they saw a country worth believing in, a place so compelling they were willing to leave everything they knew and loved to be a part of it. And here, on these bountiful shores, they would repay freedom and opportunity with effort and excellence, the very effort and excellence represented in these awards and in the remarkable men and women who receive them tonight. On behalf of all Australians, I thank you for all that you have given to our country, united in our diversity and unafraid of the future. Let's seize the opportunities of this Asian century together. Thank you very much.